Welcome to the American Nephrology Nurses Association's 50th Anniversary podcast series. In this commemorative series, past presidents and other leaders of the American Nephrology Nurses Association will provide a rich history of the association itself and of nephrology nursing as a specialty nursing profession. The American Nephrology Nurses Association's 50th Anniversary podcast series is brought to you by the Nephrology Nursing Journal, the official journal of the American Nephrology Nurses Association. We are honored to present this episode, and we hope you enjoy these invaluable and enlightening nephrology nursing recollections.
Hi, my name is Karen Robbins, and I'm the Associate Editor of the Nephrology Nursing Journal and a past president of ANNA. It's my honor today to speak with Sandra Bodin, who was president of ANNA from 2007 to 2008. Sandy, welcome and thank you for joining me today.
It's my pleasure, Karen.
Okay, so let's start with the beginning of your career. What interested you or attracted you to nephrology nursing, and what was your first position?
I was a nursing student. My class toured the dialysis unit in the local hospital, and I remember being so impressed with the nurses who worked there. They were so confident in caring for their patients and for also while managing all that technology, and it made quite an impression on me. So when it came time to select an internship site, I did select the dialysis unit, and that experience confirmed my dedication to nephrology nursing. After I graduated from college, I did work on a neurology floor for a year to get a good med-surg background. And when an opening came up in the dialysis unit, I applied for the job, and I've never looked back.
Very good. So you've been a nephrology nurse from the get-go.
Yes, I really was.
And so as you have moved through your career and then onto the role of the presidency of ANNA, tell us about some of the things that were happening during the time of your presidency.
Well, at that time, ANNA's membership was over 12,000 members, and we had excellent participation at the National Symposium and Fall Clinical Meeting. One issue we had, though, was that we tended to rely on the same volunteers to fill many roles, and those volunteers were becoming worn out. At the same time, we had many ANNA members that wanted to become more active in the association, but never seemed to get that opportunity. So in response, we did create what we call the ANNA Resource Corps. That's an online volunteer database for all ANNA members, so that when we needed volunteers to serve on a task force or for special projects or a committee, we would query the database to find members with the skills that we needed. And it allowed many new volunteers to serve the organization. I was really pleased that the Resource Corps allowed us to reach out to some great new volunteers.
It was a very innovative way to attract more people and get more people involved.
Yes.
I know that during that time, the conditions of coverage were under revision, and they presented some significant threats to nephrology nursing and thereby patient safety. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, that was really a period of time that presented significant threats to nephrology nursing and patient safety. The proposed changes that CMS made to the conditions of coverage were actually published in 2005, and they included a requirement that a registered nurse be present in the hemodialysis facility at all times when patients were dialyzing. However, during the comment period, there was a strong attempt made by some organizations to remove that requirement from the final rule so that patients could dialyze without a nurse present. This, of course, was a huge concern for ANNA. We had previously funded research by Charlotte Thomas Hawkins that provided objective data on nursing-sensitive quality indicators in the nephrology setting. ANNA leaders, including Charlotte, made several visits to share this data with the CMS staff, and in the end, we were thrilled and so relieved that our efforts assured that this regulation remained within the final rule.
That was really significant to protect patient safety.
Yes,
to make sure that there would be a nurse present. So that was certainly a big accomplishment by ANNA. Looking ahead into the future, I understand you have an interest in regenerative medicine as a promising topic for patients with kidney disease. Please tell us your thoughts about this emerging and exciting area of development.
Sure. I used to think when I was a younger nurse working in dialysis that by the time I retired from nursing practice, there would be some sort of cure for kidney disease, and there would no longer be a need for dialysis units like we still have. And I do have to say I am disappointed that most patients on kidney replacement therapy today are still dialyzing in-center 3 times a week, and that home therapies have not grown like they should, and that our transplant wait times are still so long. I do remain hopeful that with research in regenerative medicine, that someday diseased kidneys will be able to be repaired and regenerated to become functioning organs again. I'm going to be watching this field very closely in the future.
It's really exciting and really holds promise for patients today and in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the future.
Yeah.
Switching gears here again, Sandy, I have to say that I applaud your Herculean task as editor of the Contemporary Nephrology Nursing resource that has just been a wonderful resource for nephrology nurses. And I know you edited the 3rd edition and now in the process of editing the 4th edition. I know you've also been active with the Nephrology Nursing Certification Commission. Please tell us about these opportunities and other activities following your presidency.
Well, you're right, Karen. For the past 6 years, I have served as a commissioner on the Nephrology Nursing Certification Commission, and their mission is to promote patient safety and quality care by certifying nurses and technicians caring for patients with kidney disease. So that, of course, is very close to ANNA goals. And I was honored to serve as editor of the 3rd edition of my favorite nephrology nursing text, the Contemporary Nephrology Nursing. It was an awesome experience for me, and I am looking forward to working on the 4th edition in the next couple years.
Wow, that's great. And I, again, thank you for your efforts on that, because that is between the core curriculum and contemporary nephrology nursing, those are just invaluable resources for nurses.
They are and I'm thrilled that ANNA has committed to keep them current and updated.
Any other thoughts before we conclude our conversation here, Sandy, about nephrology nursing or ANNA, or where you see ANNA and nephrology nursing going in the future?
Well, many of the opportunities I've had professionally and just socially, I guess, have come about because of my active participation in ANNA. I never would have been able to do the traveling, had the opportunity for learning and meeting such wonderful people if I hadn't become an active member of ANNA. It's one of the best moves I've ever made was to become a member of ANNA.
I can certainly echo those thoughts. That's been my experience as well. I've been talking with Sandy Bodin, ANNA president from 2007 to 2008. Sandy, thank you so much for your service and leadership as president of ANNA and for letting us interview you and share these experiences. We appreciate your ongoing contributions to nephrology nursing, both in the workplace as well as your work with ANNA and NNCC, and look forward to seeing you at the 50th anniversary meeting.
Thank you, Karen. I will be there, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
The American Nephrology Nurses Association's 50th anniversary podcast series is brought to you by the Nephrology Nursing Journal, the official journal of the American Nephrology Nurses Association. This series is owned and produced by the American Nephrology Nurses Association. All rights reserved. No portion of this podcast may be used without written permission. For archived episodes of this podcast and to learn more about the American Nephrology Nurses Association, visit the association's website at annanurse.org. You can also subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, our hosting site Spreaker, and other various podcast delivery services.